Alright, today I'm going to be playing a little Depersonalization. It is a game that was on my it was sort of on like my waiting to buy list, what is it called, wish list, for quite a while. And I was waiting for it to get like a bit of a better of like translation. It has some issues. I played through the tutorial and got to like the first area. And I also played through the prologue and ended up in the dormitory. Beyond that, I went a bit further. I went a bit further, and then I thought, hey, this is a new experience. I might as well record it and hopefully, like, put a video up or something. Overall, I find the game to be very, I guess, it feels, at the moment, sort of a whimsical sort of, like, light. Like, look at this. It's like light, it's poppy, but it's one of those games that I feel has a ton more in it, so I wanted to catch my first reaction to it. And I'll sort of like, I don't know, I'll probably post it and see how y'all like it. If y'all like it, then, I don't know, leave a like or something. How do I go to him? Tab. Yeah, it's not escape, it is tab. So at the beginning, you basically learn about your character and his life. At the prologue, before all this, you learn that, like, Anan, who is the main character here, lived in a castle far away. It was like a light fantasy sort of ideal sort of situation. And everybody in the castle except for Anan were apparently, like, sick, or they weren't healthy. They were always laying in bed. They were quote-unquote tired all the time. And we end up going through a portal sent through our what is it? We are sent through a portal from our grandfather to be put into this sort of modern sort of, would it be considered modern? I don't really know. Oh, little lag there. But we're pushed out into the real world all alone without any family. And there's this sort of like entity that was watching us at the castle. I don't know if the entity is still around right now or if he's like just, you know, hanging out in the background. But it says Lovecraftian in the tags of this game. So that's what I'm thinking it is. It's supposed to be an homage to it. So you can like search, it's very open. You're able to like, ooh, money, sedative, and that. Okay, we'll just hop in the game now. It's hard for me to wrap my mind around still. I stole some candles because I saw they apply burn, and burn is pretty interesting. A pocket watch I found at the old place. A flower. Okay, we'll equip it. We'll equip that. I don't want to put it in my offhand. It feels like a main hand sort of weapon. Okay. Let's go over stats real quick. So everything was explained in the tutorial, which I wish I sort of wish I caught. I'll do my best to explain, but so you got strength, which is your physical sort of power, and how hard you hit, how much you can carry, that sort of stuff. Dexterity, about the same sort of thing it is in other games. Your nimble, your agility, how easy it is to dodge, how graceful you are. Intelligence is basically in other games, but this is more of a Lovecraftian sort of inspired game, so intelligence can also lead to sort of mental breaks and whatnot. Or if you lose all your SP, you can like it says right there, you become unhinged. You are energetic when it's high, you're normal, then you become frail, and then you become unhinged. MP, which is like, you know, mana points or magic points. Magic power, depending on how you classify it. willpower is basically your mind and how well you can just confine. It says like right there, the flavor text can be a little because like the translation is spotty here and there. I haven't found anything I couldn't read, or make understanding from. So there's that. It is the cage that confines our inner beasts before we succumb to them, inevitably. And then you got Constitution, which is like your toughness, sort of like, it's like your health stat. How much you can shrug off like disease and poisons and whatnot. And then you have this. These are your skills. Combat, you'll have like brawl for when you want to hit people with stuff, shoot for if you want to shoot somebody with stuff. Sport is if you want to throw or if you want to use like basically I think skilled physique would be the best sort of idea. So it's like a throwing skill, but it can also be like a wrestling skill, I believe. Stealth, pretty obvious. You can hide, shank somebody. Perception, these are investigation, so if you're out in the real world, you'll see that these play a little bit into it. The combat isn't solely for combat, and the investigation and technique aren't solely for like combat or overworld stuff. They can all be used. You can use perception to like look for weaknesses in your opponent. You can use observe to sort of improve your hit, I believe. Diplomacy is, well, your words. Psychology is how much you can like help others. Or sometimes it also helps, what's the word? With deceptions against you. It's like the analytical way for perception, I believe. Yeah, this game is a little bit odd to understand, especially since I just started it. I'm doing my best. Okay. Erudition is sort of your knowledge. If you played... What's the game called again? Cultist Simulator. You'll see that erudition also is in that game. But erudition in that game is to sort of like improve your... no, that's glimmering. Your reason or your intellect. So erudition will be sort of like how you interact. And it's blue because it's buffed by our classic pocket watch. Occultism is basically the magic stat. It allows you to learn spells. It makes more spells available to you and whatnot. It's just, I want to go for it, but I also know that like it'll be like World of Terror or what's that game called? World of Horrors, where like your spells can have a counteracting effect against you. Like they drain SP, which is your basically your morale health. If that goes too low, you go unhinged. I think I went over that. Yeah. Craft allows you to craft and tinker. It can also help inside of it helps in interactions, and I believe it also helps in combat. I'm trying to remember. We'll find it when we go to combat. I'll try and find it. Medicine, obvious. It's like in the name. Next, we have professions. Our profession is scholar, but we haven't unlocked anything because we haven't explored at all. So we don't have any like professional items, actions, expertises. So we'll just move on. And then you got traits. This is basically what traits always signify in a game. Memory shattered. Your past is a blank slate shattered and lost beyond recall, leaving you with unanswered questions. So at the beginning of the game, this sort of plays into it. It also has like in-game stat, sort of things like that. I'm being very vague with this because I do not understand it, not deeply, but I will try, and I may succeed rather, not excel. I may succeed in understanding. Okay. So it lowers your willpower by 20%. Each time you finish a module, the willpower will go up, and you'll gain some SP, which is nice. Paranoid. Your intense suspicion of others makes you stubborn and resistant to their advice. So yeah, you can like, it locks you out of things. This game is very much a explore everything, every opportunity type game. Some things you can do good, and and it might be like out of your mind, basically. But like when I grabbed the candles, I thought like I'll probably need these in the future. It's sort of that type of game. You check everything and be willing to face consequences for doing so. That's about it. Moralism. To you, morality is the highest virtue. You thrive on simplicity and frugality, valuing principles over possessions. Each time a faith effect is triggered, gain SP and a stack of self-purification. Can I view details? I cannot. I want to find out what self-purification is. Okay. I can't. Enduring illness. You suffer from a chronic, incurable illness. Though not lethal, it forces you to endure constant pain. It is awakened, so we lose constitution and willpower. And we can put it to sleep some way in the future. I wonder when. Study hard ×2. Your dedicated study sessions have led to significant personal growth. Erudition and psychology are leveled. We'll get a +5. Yeah, they have a +5. There's more. This is whenever a character's SP is reduced to 0, they will activate a random lunatic symptom. This is sort of like the same in Darkest Dungeon. If your fear goes all the way up, you'll like get a bad thing. It'll awaken one of these randomly. And some of them are alright. Some of them like have okay stuff to them, but they can be very bad for you also. Let's see, tendency of violence. We'll use this one as an example. Your body acts beyond your control, lashing out at everything indiscriminately. At the start of your turn, of each turn in combat, randomly deal 5 damage to a character. After dealing damage to allies 5 times in this way during combat, this trait becomes dormant. Okay, so if say you like get deranged and get tendency for violence at the end of like a run, or I'm pretty sure it's a run because I found this in rouglike. So I'm guessing this game you fail, you learn, and you come back. But tendency of violence could end a run is my thinking. Because there is combat in this game, and it is odd to follow along with, but that's why we play these games, to learn and to grow. Okay. Emotionalism. Right and wrong are mere illusions. The true essence of everything is found in emotions and desires. Okay. Each time a faith effect is triggered, gain 3 SP. Gain 1 stack of spurred. Wish I knew what that meant. Okay. Your freedom was once shackled, and you thought you would never see sunlight again. Okay, we get a negative stat spread of erudition, diplomacy, and sport. And if we can get it to sleep, then we increase our SP. Restored from faith events. And all of these can be like used and changed. Mythical item, don't know what that is. Spells, pretty on the nose. They're spells, you use them in combat, you can use them outside of combat in some cases. Overall, they're not going to play too much into what we're doing right now. Newspaper. Okay. Rhode Island Post. The newspaper's front page is detailing news of a major safety incident involving meat products sent to the city by Arkham. What is Arkham? Although the food companies involved have resolved the issue, most of the food has already entered the market. Those who consume these food products have displayed highly unusual symptoms. While the incubation symptoms are not necessarily oblivious, oblivious. Obvious. It writes that patients have often fallen into mania. Fits of impulsiveness, and extreme irritability. This has already led to several violent conflicts with the victims. I'm guessing we might need to fight some people in the future. But there, fits, impulsiveness, that doesn't read too well. At least for me. But then again, I'm not the greatest. I'm not the greatest novelist or literary person. Or novel, bizarre stories, unexpected developments, and unspeakable horrors. Class paper on the research of the lost city of Carcosa, which was said to be eradicated from the map in an unholy disaster. Tens of thousands of people vanished in just one night, alongside the stone walls and pillars. Eventually, its disappearance led to a war waged by neighboring kingdoms that lasted a few centuries. Wild. Okay. I don't know. He looks like what's it called? Very young. He looks young. All right. This was the book that Amy recommended. I haven't finished reading it. I still need to return this thesis as well to the library afterwards. I feel all right with my voices. Ooh, check it. A splint. I'm gonna grab everything because I don't know what is real and what isn't if I'll get like jumped while I'm out. Okay. Finally, we left the dormitory. School gate, library. Won't go to the remaining AP. We got limited AP, so I don't want to use all of that doing something. Like just going somewhere, so I'm gonna use what I have to. There are people down there. Ooh. Game's so pretty too. Yeah, I remember wanting to climb that. The game's pretty. Hey, she's the one playing the background music. I feel like it's gonna be a rug pull. Ooh, money and a lighter. It's gonna be a rug pull in the future. I know it. It'll be like all nice, it'll be all whimsical, we'll all be happy, and then yeah, it'll just like rip your heartstrings out. Look through the trash. I will find garbage. Ooh, I got a 90 on that. Watch, easy. Yeah. My confidence wasn't the worst for me. Number 10 Bond Street. Record clue. The broken note in the trash can. And you get luck. I don't think there's a Bond Street in town. Oh, that could be something interesting. Maybe it's like code or something. I'll just do what I remember I did before. Constitution. Oh yeah, I can't leave. There's a few misspelled things like this up here. But it's marginal. It doesn't really affect so much. Up we go. Planks of wood, tuna can. Now let's get down. Hey, getting good rolls. Cat, come here, kitty. No. I wish to pet the cat. I'll keep checking the ground. The telephone booth. Yeah. I remember it having like slight sort of like. You're fortunate enough to find several lucky clovers scattered among the gravel. Ooh, wonderful. Let us see inventory. What does it do? Luck growth check. I'll hold on to it. I don't know if it can be used in the future. Man with blonde hair. Didn't you promise last time that we'd pool our money to buy a decent baseball bat? I already bought it, and it's time for you to pay your fair share. I'll hold on to it, and you can use it whenever you want. I don't have much on me right now. What? At most I can give you is $5. Oh, what the hell? $5 for a baseball bat? This is a $100 baseball bat. You need to pay your fair share. You should be paying for your 50%. This bat is not worth $100. You don't believe me? Well, I'll just have to go back and tell Father that you're going to buy that he made you sell back. Yeah. I'm going to tell Father that you're not going to buy and that you made him sell back. I don't know. Either way, I only have $20 on me. Well, I can take a loss this time. After all, we are brothers. The blonde man took the money and left happily. Oh, I don't want to be peaking too high on the mic. Oh no, I don't want it to sound bass boosted. Okay. Not too bad. Let's see what he has to say. Heartbroken. Oh no. I wouldn't have brought the money. I wouldn't have brought the money if I didn't want to buy it back. Where can I find $20 now? What are my options? Today is the last day I had planned for work, too. Let's try and cut a deal with him. Yeah, same. Oh, should I give him money? Am I gonna be a schmuck? It is not about getting glory for the acts or money I have given. It is about the warmth that brings me to give. So I will give. Wait, really? Thank you so much. I'll pay you back as soon as I have the money. He ran out of school as fast as he could. With the bullied teen. He noticed a teenager being bullied for money in the corner of the campus, and you gave him 20 of your own dollars. To resolve the situation quickly and amicably, the victim seems to be in a hurry to leave and rushes by you. Once he was out of sight, you notice he dropped something. Maybe he'll be back to recover it. Let's see. What did he drop? Somebody dropped something. Where'd he drop it? Would it be where he was standing? Read this? It might be. President Stone passed away at 10:38 a.m. on December 28, 1999. As his illness finally overtook the treatment, he was 65 years old. His last wish was to keep everything simple in his passing. Many notices are posted on the billboards every day. On these billboards every day. So there's many torn notices as a result. You find notices laying that have not been cleaned up. Seeking this item. There's a photo of a yellow badge attached, signed an antiquities collector, and the contact address portion was torn out. For Art for Love. Scholar Opera Association will be performing Tosca on January 18th. Make sure to bring your significant other with you. Ooh. I wonder if we can fall in love in this game. I really love this game. Like, the art looks so good. The music, the background music. I'd say here and there, the translation could definitely use work, but overall, the game just feels great. We hope this brings another opportunity for those to confess their love to one another. Hey. I keep changing up the voices because I just like testing out my accent, basically. And I'm not great with accents, so please forgive me if I'm being a little super what's the word? If I'm being a little superficial. I don't even think that's a fucking word. Never mind. We are in an informal extracurricular club The society was founded in 1889 by a group of students and professors who shared a common interest in unexplained phenomena. Space. Like-minded people are welcome to join us. The Unsolved Mystery Society will be open for enrollment from January 15th to January 20th. ... I keep gaining luck, which I feel should be nice. That keeps ticking, and it scares me. Groundskeeper. Isn't it an Anne? As always, you're not popular with animals. Oh man. I don't know why all of the animals seem so hostile to me. I don't think they're hostile. He should be like, I don't know. He's smoking a pipe. He looks peaceful. Let's go for a peaceful. I don't think they're hostile. They just seem scared. The animals here are fairly docile, though you're a special case. Have you ever considered taking a part-time job as a zookeeper? Forget it. I don't want to get sued by any animal protection organizations. What are you gonna do to the animals, my guy? Okay, let's listen. Playing guitar, probably singing. Look in the desert, look in the desert. Someone is planting seeds. He sings alone, indefinitely sad. Who can tell me what he sings? Sad notes flow, no longer tell the ancient secrets past. I don't know. I think this is a little... It's supposed to be probably a really good song. If like, in the original sort of translation. Oh, not translation. In the original sort of language, which I believe is Chinese. It says Chinese. It says, so I don't know what dialect it might be. Nature's chant, experienced yesterday, tomorrow again. The man was gone and the moor was afield. The song was no longer heard, but the melody still lingered. Okay. So singing of some sort. What's this doing? Oh. It's so cool. I didn't even think they'd have something like this. Let's see. There are many phone numbers packed into a sheet of paper, messily taped to the wall of the phone booth. The only number that interests you is the railway office, which reads as phone number. You also noticed something under the edge of the sheet itself. Find a small card with no form of identification, just a string of numbers. So many coins lying quietly inside. Can I perhaps break it open? Okay, come on. No! Just turning the dial won't make the machine work. Capitalism makes the world go round after all. You need to pay to use the phone booth. Damn it. I gave that dude 20 bucks now. I'm gonna get robbed for how much? Ow! The machine doesn't react upon your coin being deposited. You realize that the machine has likely devoured your coin, and you lost an unfortunate coin toss. We'll try again. No, what? No! If it's on, then you win. If it's below, you win. So... Oh. He took me dollar. Come on. 40? Yeah! I just want to call the unknown number. A voice chatters a single word over the line. Bursting. The voice you hear is unusually mechanical, to which you can only interpret it to be a tape recording. So it'd be something like bursting. Do I want to ring the other office? Sure. We'll do that. We'll exhaust all possibilities. Hey, we did it. Railway office. After a period of ringing, you are met by the voice of an impatient man who informs you that the rail line has been closed for an unknown amount of time due to the mysterious disappearance of an Arkham-bound train. I hear a lot about this Arkham. I'm thinking that might be where the main... The main story might be held. The surrounding dirt of the manhole cover makes the manhole cover laborious and tight, and you can't fit in. We'll leave the school, and we'll go... Interstate Bridge. Okay, so I gotta use my AP here. We'll just go into the school. This is like the school gate, right? Oh, what? I didn't know they'd be back. You actually brought back this stupid doll. Since you still have money, then give me the remaining 30. That's on loan. Ah. Remember, you still owe me 30. The blonde man dropped the puppet and left angrily. Let's see. That was Ooze. My father was very fond of him and considered him as another son. Maybe I'm too much like my mother. I'm sorry this isn't your problem. Thank you for listening, though. I'll get you the money as soon as I can. Okay, we'll fix it. We'll fix it for the man. All right, we're doing good. Thank you for fixing it. This doll was the last gift I received from my mother before she passed. My father thought it was torn up, so he secretly threw it away. I later saw it in an antique store by chance. Fortunately for me, the owner kept his promise and held it until I had the funds. Oh, sad as shit, he murmured to the doll. I'm sorry I didn't protect you. I'm sorry. Oh, poor guy. He's getting yelled at by his family and shit. For what? Keep the doll his mother gave him. We'll go to Carl. See what Carl has to say about this. As soon as you enter the room, you see Carl drinking his way to enlightenment as usual. You hear him happily humming a tune of his own creation while writing what you believe to be his manuscript. Oh. A bit older. La 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 la. Let's see, can we rob Carl? What does Carl have that we can rob? What lies before you is a desk that carries piles upon piles of notes, academic theses, books, and small notes that look to you to have been written and swiftly forgotten about. Okay, we'll observe. We got a 90. If we fail this, okay. I'll do something mean. Oh, what is this? So, what is this picture? It came through the mail with a previous patient I had worked with. He wanted to thank me for curing his strange disease. He's rather young, but he was complaining that his memory was rapidly getting worse. Oh, like us! He told me that it was all tied to some strange dream that he had forgot the contents of upon waking up each day. All he remembered was that there was some place he wanted to go. So I aided him to achieve a trance-like state to search for memories in his dreams subconsciously. Sometime later, I got this painting in the mail. I suspect he found what he was looking for. Look how he's smiling in front of that yellow house. Notice the broken yellow badge attached to the edge of the letter. Upon picking it up, you feel a strange shiver run through your body. You examine the badge a little closer and see a strange symbol on the back of it, but nothing to indicate what it might represent. Strange symbol. There's something that makes you uncomfortable Is something that makes you uncomfortable about this symbol? I'll look into it just in case. So this badge seems interesting. In some way. I can't discern. Do you mind if I take it to be studied? Feel free to take it. The clutter is always piling up in my office anyways. I don't have the time to look through every last thing here. Okay. Nothing else. Let's talk to the man. Review the study records. Since the start of human evolution, countless fragments of consciousness have existed within the great sea of unconsciousness. The common habits humans have established were derived from a sense of collective consciousness that society enacts upon a fresher mind. What was it that came first, the concept of human clusters, or was it the ocean of human consciousness that established deeper thought? Dream analysis. Who is this guy? Carl Jung? Carl? Wait, his name is Carl, right? What is the deepest part of a dream in the ocean I describe as consciousness? Is there nothing awaiting in the deepest depths, or is there greater beings able to manipulate the consciousness of humanity? The human mind and body are connected in some manner. That much is very true. The mind is not an invisible thing, independent of the body. Everybody is born with a brain capable of generating emotions and thinking in some manner to different degrees. All complex human emotions have their own elaborate biological mechanisms. Changing in the body affect the mind, and changes in the mind affect the body. I think it's Carl Jung. Professor Carl, why are you drinking again? I don't plan to drink once the day comes to an end. I'm not an alcoholic, for crying out loud. Anon, do you understand the idea of wearing another persona? I don't quite understand what you're getting at, Professor. Alright, so as an example, a drunkard is one of my personas. When I'm drunk, I can relax my mind and release my emotions to a much greater degree than normal. You release inhibitions. On that note, I still have more wine on hand. Would you like to try it for yourself? No. You should experience a variety of emotions rather than sticking to your norm of comfort, of comfortability. In a sense, emotions are a greater form of empathetic and comprehensive knowledge. There's great space there. It's just good for you to experience the world in various ways. All right, I know that, Professor. I've already been trying something similar, in my case, trying to understand emotions through literature. Do you enjoy it? Or at least do you feel that it's been beneficial to you? I hate it. No, specifically, I hate stories. People tell stories to put themselves in a position of authority. They use these stories to elaborate their own values. No! In a way that people can understand. In a way that children can obey. I couldn't read it quick enough. Santa Claus keeps his list of bad children. Only hard-working bees are allowed to be given honey. Women are made from one of Adam's ribs. These well-known stories are laced with personal values and truths. The wider the story is, the more it constrains people to act as a form of truth. These stories fight for power, with the winners being a form of fact or cultural standard. I just think it's an excuse of power. So you're more interested in the world's actual history? History is written by the winners, so even so, there's still truth. There's still truth that can be interpreted and observed. No one can return to the past themselves, after all. All we have is the interpretation of others. The current way of humanity, after all, is to understand the past as a grand narrative, after all. Well, regardless, I don't suppose you came here today to discuss your studies. Professor, I've come to tell you I'm leaving for some time. I'm going back to Arkham. That's great to hear. Even if you hadn't decided to do so, I'd have done my best to persuade you eventually. People's past experiences will affect aspects of the present in some manner. We've been unable to get any results with form of trance therapy I've attempted after all. I'm certain that it's those lost memories that are causing you your current problems. Even so, I don't put too much expectation in this. Even if nothing comes of it, you can still see it as a relaxing holiday trip. People still need a driving sense of purpose. Yes, I understand, Professor. I hope by the time you return, you have a better understanding of your condition. Here are the keys to the car. I won't be traveling anytime soon anyhow. If you feel like you owe me, you can just wash it for me on the way back. It has been with me for many years, and is just like me, an old soul. Thank you for everything, Professor. Oh, he's a good guy. He's giving us the car. Okay, we'll go to the library. Once paid, no additional AP is required to enter for the day. Re-entry available. Okay. That's something we'll probably need to keep note of. It feels like every time I enter a place and the music plays, it just sets the atmosphere. Like, oh my gosh, it sounds so peaceful, so quiet. There's so many people to talk to. Oh my gosh. Okay, we'll return the thing we got. Oh crap. That's cool. That is cool. Amy, do you know where the 10 Bond Street is? Wait a minute. Something familiar. I must have seen it somewhere. But where? I remember. The classic horror novel, The Danwich Horror. I believe it mentioned that all the investigators were killed at 10 Bond Street. I've read all the books by that author. Unfortunately, we don't know who he really is, since he only uses a pen name. Apparently during his work, he wrote that there was his writing was in reference to the world. What? He wrote that in his writing was a reference. Apparently during his work, he wrote that there was a reference to the real world in his writing. I looked into the address within his writing. The school mentioned that it's really a reference to our school, 10 Bond Street. Oh no. I'd say it has to be somewhere near Mariner Street. I only read horror stories occasionally, Anan. I'm not into horror like you. I'm not into horror like you think I am. Thank you for your help, Amy. I owe you one. Fictitious address. So it's pointing out that there's murders here? I don't know. Murders in 10 Barnes Street. There's a stairway. I don't know. This looks weird. Well, not weird. I'd say it looks interesting. I don't exactly claim to be the greatest RPG player. Talk and talk. Talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. What's this? What should I do? Does he see me as a freak? Oh. Somebody's got a crush. Okay. Amy, I'll have to leave the school for a while. Last book you borrowed from me will have to wait for a little longer for it to be returned. What? Did he say the last book I borrowed from you will have to wait to be returned later? I don't know. That's okay. The book, if you have not finished it, just keep it there. It's okay. Well, I'll read it as soon as I can. I wonder if I read the book and come back, if I'll say, like, I read the book, it was good. This is a poster of the Opera Tosca. Oh, no. Is she setting up a date? I don't know. We got high observe. We got this. As you search the bookshelf, you come across a book about sports techniques. You tried to glean some information from it. Come on! No! I like having a stat increase, so I will try. Sport increased by 10. Hey! That's dope. Let's see if we can keep upgrading whatever we have. Got a 1! As you search the bookshelf, you come across a book about surviving in the wilderness that looks potentially interesting. You try to glean some information. 0 is 100. No! Stealth increased by 10. Hey! That's dope as hell. Mars at opposition. Percival Lowen believed that the Schiaparelli Canal was actually an irrigation canal that was built by intelligent beings. This was later generally accepted as the only comprehensible explanation. Seasonal melting of the polar ice caps seen on Mars has led to speculation that an advanced race on Mars built canals and transported water to the arid equatorial regions. Talking about space here. And possible conspiracies or accepted sort of ideas. Artistic value of Van Gogh. The painting is the work of the expressive post-impressionist painter Vincent van Gogh. The brushstrokes of this painting highlight the tension, but also reveal a silent sadness within. The dominant color blue outlines the sense of gloom and invisibility, invisibly oppresses the senses. The paint depicts a view looking from a window. Among them, the cypress trees are like black tongues of fire scorching up into the clouds. The sky looks like a beautiful spiral galaxy with many stars, while the moon appears as a dim eclipse. Through the painting, the village at the bottom is depicted as in straight, stubby lines. This creates a strong contrast with the rough, curved lines of the sky, invoking a sense of unease, yet calm. In this highly exaggerated deformation and strong visual contrast, people can sense the artist's restless emotions and psychedelic world of imaginary. Were they talking about Starry Night there? I don't know. The empty desks are filled with books, especially with so many chairs taken away. It looks like there was a war to claim each seat. I didn't even notice. I want to keep trying to level whatever I have. Can't read there. Can't read there. Magnifying glass. What does this do? Ooh. I'll keep robbing shit until somebody stops me. Fire hydrant? Not hydrant. Extinguisher. One hand. Youth. Remove burn. It's a blunt armor break. Oh, that's good. If I was walking around like a campus and I saw a dude with a fire extinguisher, I would run the other way. That shit hurts. I dropped one on my foot before. It doesn't feel great. The Theory of Social Division of Labor by Emil Durkheim. Solidarity and social integration are social facts. This fact exists independently of the individual and has a unique feature called collective consciousness. Oh, like Carl was talking about. The real function of the division of labor is to create a sense of solidarity between two or more people, a collective consciousness. Interesting. Dog bark. Bjark. Okay, who do we talk to first? We'll talk down here. Miss Julie is a professor of history and linguistics at the university. She's been rather tough on you because she believes you are talented and would like you to inherit her work. Recently, the relationship has been a bit strained. You clearly got to your recent class on time. However, no one has any memory of you being there. Julie. Huh? Anan? Do you have time to wander around? Get back to class. Miss Julie. I'm going to be out of school for a while. You young people always wasting your time. Nothing but nonsense is what it is. Drinking, partying, gambling, traveling, all the fun stuff, yeah. And so on. All students these days seek is fun first and foremost. Psychology. No! I don't want to be just like a professor. I feel like I'll... Last one. That'll be our last one. Yeah. Julie was not really angry with you. Her expression showed more akin to frustration and disappointment. I finished my homework yesterday, actually. I promised to catch up on lessons I've missed when I get back. Anan, you must remember, as a researcher, you must not fall into habit of slacking off. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt this once. Here's a summary of the lectures for the next few weeks. Hooray! Man. Recently, the school's closed the second floor. It's a pity. All the older texts were up there. Apparently, we'll go with the deep voice, sure. It says, man. Apparently, the reason for the closure is to do with some kind of theft. A witness claimed they saw a monster hovering in the air somewhere on the second floor. They described the monster like a bat and said it was carrying a pile of books closely to its chest. The witness then said that the monster found him and knocked him out before leaving. Before he passed out, he mentioned smelling something terrible, like fresh maggots crawling out of a sewer. The police played it off as a hallucination of the student. You think what he saw was really an illusion? He claimed he saw a monster. Do you think it was an illusion? It wasn't, because Lovecraftian is in the tag, so. Hallucination is the phenomenon of distortion of perceptual results under specific circumstances. If this phenomena did not occur often, then what he saw was likely to have been an illusion. Yes, great. I'm actually the witness I was referring to before. Ever since that day, I felt a mix of fear and wonder from what I saw. I want to know the truth. You could try to help the police investigate further as their witness. In order to do that, you would need to modify a statement, and it would be best to not be too subjective. Otherwise, people will just think you were hallucinating. You have a good point. Thank you. Okay, luck is basically like initiative. It has the power. Please. A theory of social division. Ow! Let's see what this guy has to say. Eye of Newton, toe with rogue, hair of bat and teeth of dog. Or a charm of powerful trouble, like hell broth boil and bubble. Well, that reminds me that Macbeth is one of the greatest tragedies ever written. He expressed that infinite expansion and abnormal development of individual desires will inevitably lead to sin and destruction. There's deeper meaning in this passage. Are you a member of the Unsolved Mystery Society? I didn't expect that you also knew of our association. Yes, it's our job to explore the unknown. I believe these texts may be a modified summoning spell. That's quite the imagination you got. Of course, it's your choice whether to believe me or not. After all, I was once skeptical of the occult. As it so happens, I have here a piece of paper from our association. It's a short divination spell. Do you want to try it out? In selection, this man wants to show you the association's research, and he seems relatively inexperienced. Do you take the chance to glimmer the extraordinary? I'll take the chance. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, they say. Close your eyes. A key. Damn it, what's going on? You notice the student is bleeding profusely from his nose. Is that the danger of magic? Seems that it would be better to avoid in the future. You learned a spell due to occultism change. Withering. I gained 40 occultism. And more SP. Hey! Okay, I'll take... Oh. Are those potato chips? Second floor looks like it's undergoing repair. We can't go up there. Okay, I guess we'll need to come back later. Probably not later. Talk to Carl, we'll go to the gate. We'll finally leave. This is a very story-intensive. Heba, I didn't expect you to contact me. Do you have the money you owe me? Ah, what the? Why did you hit me? I have my own hobby now. As my bro, you'll have my back, right? Yes, yes, of course. I've gotten into painting and my first... Yeah! Yeah, get him. I've gotten into painting and this is my first work, but 100 seems appropriate. Brother, wouldn't you agree? What the hell? Why is it so expensive? You could easily sell such incredible work for thousands of dollars. 100 is nothing compared to that. That's not too much to ask, isn't it? No, that's too much. As expected of my incredible brother, you'll be rich through my paintings. How about you purchase my art once a week? No need to worry, though. I'll make sure not to overwork myself. I need to get to work on my next masterpiece. Remember though, don't let father know about my hobby. Zeus ran away with a look of terror in his eyes. Hey! I owe you a debt of gratitude for what you've done for me. Don't look so worried. The doll told me that she granted my wishes. All she wanted in return was to devour the weakness inside me. This is the first time I've ever felt so free. I'll leave this with you, so that I can forget my shameful past. He throws the doll to you and walks away laughing. The past is gone. Gave me a doll! Let's see. Cannot be taken off after equipped. When equipped, have your willpower, intelligence, and dexterity, while doubling your max constitution and max strength. Not for sale. That is interesting as shit. Okay. Strange voice chills your bones as you pick it up. With the threads of emotions I weave, dreams of mortals. Joy be thine, power mine. That's so cool. Okay. I literally didn't do too much. We'll go to Mariner. This is apparently where murder happens. You find the house you were looking for, and just as you're about to knock, a young woman opens. Who are you? Please tell me you're not the new editor here to rush me on my way to turn in my... I'm on my way right now to turn in my manuscript. Oh, I misunderstood. I have something to do, so I need to get going. You seem like a student at Brown's University. Let's catch up at the university library. I'm usually there on the afternoon to write my scripts. Oh, what? I was just at the library. It doesn't cost me anything to go back. Might as well see if I can get something cool out of it. In the back, maybe? Oh, there she is. Mystery author. You have come rather late. No need to apologize, though. I don't really care about anything outside the deadline. Hand out the badge. Wait, this badge. I didn't expect that someone would find the address after I wrote the wrong one. Well, I removed the commission because of that, but I'll still buy it. How about selling? Oh my gosh. Trust me, this thing brings you nothing but disaster. She told you to it would bring disaster. What are you going to do? Money's not everything. Money's not everything, but 15K. 1,500 rather, not K. Oh. If she's selling it for that much, then maybe it might be worth it to keep it. We already got one occult item. Might be okay to keep another. 15K goes a long way, doesn't it? I don't really know what the badge could do. If it's like an occult level, then maybe. It levels up like my occultism like heavily and makes me like indomitable. That would be nice. I'll see what is at the end of this. Why do you want to know more about the badge? I was recently researching the lost city of Carcosa, and this rune appeared. I don't know why, but it sends shivers down my spine. Other than this mark, there's not much evidence that Carcosa even existed. You really believe they're interconnected? I believe that legends are also deconstructed from realistic events. From real events. The pattern on this emblem is a seal of the King of Carcosa. It's a gift from him to his people. But for those without religious backgrounds, it's considered a source of evil and madness. That's all I can tell you. If you're not interested in trading for money, I can trade you this pendant. This promise you this is a fair deal, but if you want the cash, that's still fine. Okay, so I can't keep it. Well, the pendant might be nice. If it's a fair deal for 1,500, it might be worth it. Just hope you never trigger this pendant. What is that? What is a pendant? Equipped whenever defeated for the first time in battle, you will revive with a mutated body. That's interesting. Wear the coat. No. Those are things I can throw. I don't want the doll. I don't want to use the doll on accident. Maybe I'll find somebody in the future that can use the doll. Somebody who doesn't need like occultism. Okay, so that was interesting. I didn't know I could do that. 1,500. And I got something that keeps me alive and might mutate me. Well, life is worth everything, so that's fine. Car rental agency. You want to go to the farm? There's not much to do there, but we already earned, like, we're getting so much gear. I had to double check. We're getting so much gear, too. We'll go. Oh, no, it's like just this. You walk into the pharmacy where you spot a young doctor sorting through medicine. She notices your arrival and looks over. Question mark, question mark, question mark. Seeing the state of your body, the doctor at the pharmacy expresses sympathy. Your health is in a very bad state. She opens the cabinet next to you and you see various medical supplies. Items have been added to the store. It would be best if you got what you needed and went home to rest. You could bargain. It's cool. Okay, let's look. Keep it static, remove bleeding, remove poison, remove bleeding, life motion. It's 50% off. Meaning that I believe it'll be at $100. Flammable status. Apply flammable status. It will be burnt like you remove poison. Remove bleed. grab one of each. Oh, I can bargain. I'm gonna bargain. They got even less than I did. Damn it. You want the price lowered if you think? Ah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't mean to draw iron. No, the price went up. Did it? It doesn't look like the price went up. We'll go to the car rental. You arrive at the car rental agency. We already got the... What's his name? Car, don't we? Damn it! It's something else. Renovating our establishment and even I don't know where to stay tonight. You were just about to leave when you remembered the strange recording of a phone call burst in hotel. The moment you say the password, the man in charge puts a blindfold on you and you feel yourself being zigzagged around and end up in a room full of weapons and wine. What the hell? What is this game? Yo, kid, are you here? Alcohol's in short supply these days, and at $100 a gallon, you can make good money. How the hell did I end up here? Maybe these are really powerful or something. Shotgun. How's the pistol? 3 consecutive shots. 3. Gives 4 to 6. And gives you a little boost to shoot when you equip it. High explosive grenade. Magazine used for 8 more ammo. A saber. Lower dexterity, increased brawl, sharp, and bleed. Whiskey, $300. Water of life for fun of fools, currency at the black market, and life of the party for aristocrats. Brass knuckle. Brawl, bonus to normal damage. It's a one-handed weapon. Machete one-handed. How the hell did I end up here? You wanna buy candles? Ooh, the clover cost a little bit. The life potion ran me like $30, but only costs 31 here. Can I go back and forth? Go back and forth. Please let me go back and forth. I may have found an exploit. Make $1, but still good. Maybe I can bargain. Yeah. Okay, this is worth it. Not you. Go to the pharmacy. Take all the life potions you have in stock. I'll bargain for the last 2. I'll bargain for the last 2. You haven't had a great day. You tried to persuade the doctor in a way of mutual benefit. The doctor frowns and hesitates and finally sighs. You're in a difficult medical situation. I can sell you at wholesale cost. I can't go lower. Yay! We'll buy a little bit of everything just to see how much we can sell it to the guy for. Okay. Bandages cost 3. About 6. Oh, that's because they're not bargained for. The light potion cost 100. Okay, let's see what they have the most of, like at the pharmacy, and then the most of they have is the hemostatic agent. We'll try and bargain for the hemostatic agent at the car rental. We should have 1 or 2. No! I'll gladly use luck. How much does it go? 40. Down to 25. Pharmacy, right? 24. I'll be making 16, I think. Which is still pretty good. It's only worked because I passed some sort of odd check that was a background question mark thing. Okay, we got some good money. Do want a bargain. The golden woodpecker. All you have to do is put bullets in the chamber. Then it'll peck all your enemies full of holes. A bargain. I don't win. Don't want to lose all my life. We gave discounts to all our customers. We'll end up in the gutter. Yeah, true. And I did scam them out of like a good amount of money too. Pick that up. Pick that up. Just grab all the weapons. Because it's not like this is a normal run, you could say. This is very odd for a run. Because, well, I'd hope it's very odd for a run. I don't have the AP to go there. Head back to the dormitory and sleep. Then hopefully run to the other place. If I can sleep, that's alright. If I can't, that's also alright. I'll just go. I cannot sleep. Okay, we'll go to the interstate then. We made a good amount of money. We got an absurd amount of weapons for just beginning the game. Time to set out. No, it's not in English. You think to yourself, maybe it would be good to travel once in a while. As you continue your day's journey, you pass by many quaint little villages and clusters of wild animals roaming free. The car eventually begins to pass by droves of cornfields and orchards. Now you are greeted by the multicolored leaves decorating the trees with bright red and gold coloration. As evening approaches, you follow the map marker to a mountain path. At this hour, the sky has gotten dark. Unfortunately for you, it has also begun to pour heavily. You're almost near your destination. Again, that destination seems a bit meh. But even as nightfall draws near, the town of Dunwich is still nowhere to be found. Continue. You continue to drive around and follow the map to find your hometown. Even as night falls, there's no sign of Dunwich. All that you can see are wild mountains. Just when you were about to give up, your eye catches a covered bridge halfway up the hill. You'd continue to drive, but the stone column in front of the bridge collapsed. Ooh. Something's coming out. Stealth! We got our black coat. Hey! A flock of fat rats appeared ahead. You wondered, even if it's night, why are such big rats around? We got a shotgun. A flower. 15 material. Flower and herb. Picked up a saber. Lowers dexterity by a bit, but it should be a reliable. Oh no. It should be a reliable weapon. Let's see. What does it lower? Doesn't lower anything here. There are signs of passage. While some flooring looks newer, it generally seems solid with no sign of wood aging. As you cross the covered bridge, you notice a white mist enveloping the surrounding area. Turning around, you quickly realize that every direction other than your current path is impossible to make out. You can only continue forwards. You continue to venture into the mist. You quickly lose track of time before all-encompassing fog finally lifts, only to be replaced by the darkness of light, of night. By the time the light returns, you find yourself in the corridor of a ruined castle. What? Pillar collapsed on the right in the middle of the hallway. How are there signs of weathering? It should take decades for these at the very least. Nope. I don't want to do it. This is the thing at the beginning of the game that I haven't shown. You enter the bedroom. Most of the room has been wrecked by rubble quite some time ago. The many piles of rubble and layers of cobwebs make it look like a gravestone. Oh. Farewell, mother. What item could we use? Sure. Oh. A rat! What is that thing? Oh, look at shitty thing. Secret passageway behind it, but the intersection is blocked by collapsed rubble. There is a weird statue. Investigate. Yeah. You look closely at the sculpture, realizing its limbs actually hold similar structure to a human body. As you look at it intently, it seems to come alive. You reflexively feel a dizziness, like something has been drawn away. No! Are we fighting it? We are. Coil siphon. Coil siphon. Drain health. which should not exist in reality, with vitality beyond the limits of humanity. Immune to poison, fractured, and bleeding, but not burning. We got a candle. Eat candle, loser. I missed. Nine to 14 spell damage to the target. Perform a will check while casting. On hard success or above, deal an additional 5 to 10 to another enemy. Okay. We'll hit him with some magic. Ooh. Some good damage. Yeah, that's right, nerd. Okay, we got this. Get him. Yeah. Beat 3. Watch out for that hole. Keep Grandpa's steady. These 2 books are intact. You sense something quickly falling from above. Our dexterity's so low. Please. Okay, we're getting hit. Ouch. This is the elder thing. Oh. Investigate the bookshelf carefully and finally find a stone covered in old dust. It gives off a faint glow as it brushes in the light. As you brush it in the light. Ruin of Jade. Equipped to 1 charge to HP at the start of every battle. I don't think we need to recover so much HP at the moment. You investigate carefully and find a stone covered in dust on the bookshelf. It gives off a faint glow when you brush it in the light. Same thing, but it gives Alright, where are we looking now? We'll read the notebook because I feel like it probably won't deal any damage to our brain. Ronald failed. I was supposed to restrain him. The Agnite. What does this symbol mean? He carved it on his body just before he lost his sanity. There must be an important clue. Ronald, your efforts will not be in vain. This does not appear to be a language of any living or past civilization. Someone like Ronald would have had much more information if he was still sane. I need to continue researching. I think I found it. This word means mentality. No, it means my spirit. That's it. What exactly is this? Is it? Many chaotic, torn, and twisted symbols appear later. It can be discerned that the owner of this... I didn't scroll down. Damn it. Unexpectedly, the rune must translate to mean them. It's them. I should have thought of this. I was thinking about them. I must have been targeted by them. I must forget all this right now. Immediately. No, I have to record it immediately. There was a long, torn line left behind, as if the pen was pressed hard against the paper. Then it was as if the pen tip was twisted off, leaving a mark of a word. Huh. What's this? What's this? Why is there a key inside me? Oh. The crevice of history. You've come to a rather strange space. You look to the left and see stars of the universe are shining brightly. This is your past. It says it's at this moment you start to feel that the joys and sorrows of the past 10 years were all in vain. When you look to the right, the stars are dim. Here you see order and chaos alternating. You are shown bizarre images that are incomprehensible in such a short period of time. You see as light shines 10,000 times brighter than the sun. You admire You begin to hear laughter all around you, as if someone were admiring a work of art. You see many aberrant monsters spreading across the universe, each acting in a way you can only describe as full of distortion and madness. Their very genes are out of genetic print. Their very genes out of the genetic blueprint, drawing a sea of flesh and blood in their wake. You see the stars burning all around you. No, it's the universe whole burning around you. The burning stops, leaving only darkness forever. Decision. On the left path, the stars and the universe shine brightly. On the right, darkness is endless. There's at all times only going to be a future. Hey, bud. You cool? A forgomon. Well, I've searched the universe in pursuit of the remaining power I seek. I didn't expect I'd discover you within a parallel universe. It is quite interesting. Your concealment is both effective and cowardly, Towel. Sure enough, I made the right decision by expelling your spirit. What's going on? You are consumed at the end of time. No! That hurt. Glimpse of the future. The story flows straight to the end. Time does not flow again. The Yog Sloth, who has replenished himself, awakens in all raging power. All stars rupture and burn. The universe collapses. We gotta load back. Damn it. So we gotta go to the past. Ah, damn it. I do want to fight the rat, though. We won't go in there. There's only a sanity thing in there. Okay, we'll keep going. Try and hide from the rat. Hey. What the hell? We can fight this thing again. Even at 83, it's still interesting. We lose that. I have a feeling that when we leave, this thing will either reawaken and attack us, or will cause us some issue in the future. Attack. Goddamn. Withering. Did it use up my thing? don't know if he used that up. Regain health. Got a lot of food. I had a lot of tuna for some reason. Okay, we'll continue on. I'll read the tomb this time. I'll read the tomb. Home, tomb. This is fine, we know what it is. It is a ruin of some sort that, like, acts as an explosive. Okay, we'll grab these two, and we'll read the tomb, even though it might lead to an end. Language used in the book is not anything in human history that you've ever seen. You slowly attempt to interpret these cryptic arcane notes as your only choice. You are able to understand this. Nor is it to be thought that man is either the oldest or the last of the Earth's masters, or that the common bulk of life and substances merely exist alone. The old ones were, the old ones are, and the old ones shall be. Not in the stars we know, but between them. They walk serene and primal, undimensioned, and to us unseen. Yog-Sothoth knows the gate. Yog-Sothoth is the gate. Yog-Sothoth is the key and the guardian of the gate. The past, present, and future are all one in Yog-Sothoth. The magical powers still remain in the text. You can't get away this time. Place, Silano, time unknown. Okay, so that just ends it. Upon the ancient tomb's activation, a magical matrix is created. Inducing seismic activity and the emanation of enchanted luminosity from your physical form. Your ancestral house was transported to the Pleiades constellation, where the planet Silano exists. In the depths of space, your physical body experiences the absence of air pressure. This results in suffocating succession as your circulatory system draws upon oxygen within your bloodstream. As you struggle to breathe, a profound cessation washes over you. Your lungs then rupture as the gas they contain begins to swiftly be expelled. Your bodily fluids then begin to evaporate. All these occasions transpire in a momentary 15 seconds. You are no longer with any tangible consciousness. Your physical form is set to roam the great expanse of time and aeons. Oh, okay. We ascended in the worst way possible, basically. God damn. It is easy to lose. Okay, we'll just rush through this then. Well. Easy. Hit him with withering out the gate. Just so he doesn't cause us too much issues. Technique. Oh yeah, this is where you can see observation is there. That improves your speed and strength. That is like sports check, stealth, diplomacy. I can't remember what the crap. Damn. No! Lowered as well. Throw a candle at him. That's right. We'll hit him. We'll hit him with another withering, even though it costs SP to use. Nothing else. Okay, no reading the tomb. We gotta read the journal, and we gotta go into the past with the journal. That's alright. We know it's sort of like a ruin. We got the ruin. We got the cool looking ruin. We'll read the notebook, and we'll go to the past to sort of survive. Are we Yogsfloss? We are the key to a gate. We open like a gate somewhere. I don't know. Are we Yogsfloss? We might be. I am unsure though. Yeah. All the universes. We see the whole universe. The universe is burning. We'll go to the past. Are we safe in the past? Is that Mother? As you step into the past, the figure of a young woman appears in the fissure of history. She stares at your back as you depart, then gently closes her eyes as your body gradually dissolves into the void, as she watches her child for the last time. No, Mother! We are home. Did I really go back in time this time? Okay, it auto-saved. I was gonna go check on Mother, but I remembered she's not here. The faces are shaped. A group of black humanoids suddenly appear. The face are shaped of insolent chest blades with blue fluids flowing where their eyes should be. Sticky tentacles emerge from behind them as sharp claws push out of their antenna. Oi, fuck you. Secret passage. Down we go. Oh no, did we lose? You recall the warning your grandfather gave you at the stargazing pavilion. Were you aware, Anon, that there are infinite knowledge in the stars, in the sky? For that reason, we who seek the truth must always look up at the sky. But behind the stars is infinite darkness. And when we look up, these horrible entities are also watching us, and the remnants of any other powers would be devastating to us. H. The Chamber of Secrets contains the most terrifying substance in the universe, the strange. It is highly contagious and can transform all matter it touches into a part of itself. You would be wise to avoid going to this chamber. Open the notebook, realized it's filled with sentences that are devoid of logic, but not completely at the same time. Who will represent a shadow? Shadow. I can't play a family member. I'm not very familiar with that behavior. Dog. I think I should see how... Dog. I think you should see how we do it. I know you'll understand very quickly. Father. I understand. I'll show you what we mean. The dog puts on the father's clothes, and the father blackened himself in the shadow. The shadow dressed as the dog. He spoke to the shadow. Our family... This is so confusing. Our family is very interesting. You should be able to fit in just fine. Shadow can't play family member... Damn. I can't play family members all that well. They're much cuter than I. Dog, I think you need to see how we act. I know you can do that. Father, I Understand, I'll show you what we mean. The dog puts on the dog put on the father's clothes. The father blackened himself in the shadow. The shadow dressed as the dog. The note keeps cycling until the journal finishes and you feel inexplicably nauseous. This text is derived from SCP-3999. I am the center. Oh, okay. Is it supposed to be... Okay, yeah, that's supposed to be like a small homage. Okay. We'll heal up. Because we took a fair amount of damage. Did we sell our equipment? No. Furtive whistle fills the air. Succeed. You hear the miraculous rhythm which makes your mind go into chaos. As your thinking embraces the chaos, you feel unable to control your limbs. You watch as you walk yourself in the mirror. Pass. Must we duel? Just equipment. That is an interesting looking weapon. Oh. Move off that. I don't want to hit him with something that'll break. Yeah, I guess we'll use that. We got 58 SP, this will cost 5. But it'll deal a good amount of damage. We'll keep burning them with our mind. Oh, we survived. Get him. Throw it. I'll throw a candle. It work. Come on. We need to defeat him. Oh, wonderful. I even remembered I lost the candles. Grandfather! You open the door to the study and immediately realize you are not alone. You see your grandfather seated in his armchair. He smiles at you with a relieved expression, with a lingering sense of proudness at who you've become. His body begins to fade to light, and you don't even have time to mentally acknowledge the sadness. Grandfather. Save him. I will take your cane. We have the cane. We have grandfather's cane. Oh no! I would like to know what that is. another weapon. Another one-handed... Ah, no! That was the mic arm. Oh, the boom filter I use. It just swung down. Okay, we need health. Will the flower work? Yeah. Time, 10 years ago, when the disaster happened, the study. The infection with the strange is different from simple physical assimilation. I've already tested all available spells and medicine. I can't find a cure for Ronald. If I were to compare this situation to another, it's like allowing an egg without a shell to maintain its integrity, all while surviving the rapids of a waterfall, or allowing a person floating in the sea to rely on himself to withstand huge waves and storms. Ancestor, you once left a prophecy to warn on this day. The mission of the Watchers and the price of the truth are the same. Unparalleled sacrifice. I pray here for your revelation. The Lord of the Gate, the Guardian of the Abyss, Lord of Dimensions, Riddle Knower, Guardian of the Secrets, the oldest all in one, the one by life prolong. Umra at Talwil, Yugslarf, Naflin Fitagen. I think that's how you say that. Fitagen. Your servant calls upon you. No. Are you still unable to answer my prayers? We must go with the last resort. No matter. We can let the infection spread. The transport point to Solano is ready. Now that the stars are in the right place, only success rate is up to 70%. I can't believe we look up at the stars for decades only able to vanish among the stars at last. What an ironic twist of fate. That was a spell that ended my game last time, wasn't it? Right as the array is about to be activated, the space changes. It's as if the magic has been drawn away. The room twists and turns in an arc of rock, dividing the two sides into two worlds that do not interfere with each other, virtual and real. From inside the door, played a soft, ethereal female voice. There's still a glimmer of hope. Are you willing to pay the price for it, though? As long as I can pay for it, please take what you must. A pure silver white covered George Howard. Its energy sparkling like a multitude of stars. He felt that he had never been so clear and insightful. As information continuously flows into his consciousness, George Howard's expression turns serious. So this is history's truth. Now that I am aware, I will do as you wish. Head on. Grandpa! Our child pushes the door to enter. In an instant, his body and action are frozen. The static flow begins to flow again. This is the separation being staged once again. You stubbornly refuse to leave until finally, under Grandpa's magic, you forget everything and leave like an empty container. Then I suppose it's time to pay my price. Just as George Howard was preparing for the end, a voice came from the void. Do you have a last wish? If I may, I would like to see him when he's grown up. The voice hesitated for a moment, as if in thought or calculation. I can only give you 1 second. Is that enough? That's certainly enough. Then time in the space freezes. Your mind is flooded with memories of the past. Maybe it's just a split second, or maybe it's years beyond 1,000. Afgomorn's consciousness was forced into a deep sleep in order to not be affected by what remains of Aforgoman's influence. Yog-Sloth buried the alienated parts under the ultimate gate. Calm has returned to the sunless sea, but the disordered assimilation continues. Chaos and entropy in the universe continue to grow slowly. The truth of time. What the hell? Thank you for the kingdom. Time has reverted back to... What the hell is that? The hourglass stops the movement of time from the moment of time from moving, preventing the black sand from spreading. Once you get rid of the black sand, the assimilation should end. Break. Oh, fine. I wanted to leave. The hourglass is broken and the black sand in it is scattered. The giant eye emerges in response. Do I fight him? Do I fight what is basically a god? After eating tuna, I will. Tawil. So you chose to construct a puppet to preserve your power. How ridiculous. I didn't even expect you to have grown so weak. Without any thought, a name forces itself to the forefront of your mind. Forgoman. Could it be that after the rupture of the temporal loop, you were directly perceived by them? As you continue considering your options, you hear her speak again. Tawil, I'm very disappointed in you. You are the beginning, and I am the end. Together we create time and space. Unfortunately, your authority over all knowledge has changed you. Your will has chosen to break away from us. So I've had to clean up all time and space for a quick reset. Now this is a surprise. I planned to devour you to complete ourselves. But now I understand that the human mind can be rather useful. As long as there are enough of them, then they could be an alternative. So, even without you, I'll be able to awaken our main body. You are no longer necessary, you ridiculous puppet. Tawil's biggest mistake is making you into a mortal. Humans with a fragile race. After destroying you, I'll have a good time reminiscing with Tawil. Darky, as long as your heart is not broken, time will restore your body. Every time you fall, you will accumulate the power and reshape space-time. What you face now is only one of their billions of avatars. However, a Forgoman will never leave their true body, and their power cannot easily come here. It's no problem, I got this. I think the great old ones. Nick Sense, immune to everything. Normal damage is halved. Lower all ability scores. Dick. Okay, we'll throw a candle first. We throw? We did. Dodge. Into burning? Yeah. That didn't help anyhow. Attack. Why not? great. Feature prediction. Less you thinking. Out. Good. We'll dodge. Didn't help. Okay, target. Cost. Success rate of 100. Use the epic power. Chain. We'll wait on Celestial Surge for now. We'll wait until she uses the flaming arrow thing. Attacking with those won't matter. Hit him again. Keep using this until I guess we lose. Flame arrow. Ah, shit. We'll get murked. Fogelmen cannot go back in time to this 100 years of history, so they are prepared to return to the start of space-time. Starkey, it is most critical moment. Keep pushing. See the water condensing from the earth back into the sky. The clouds dissipate, the sky clears, the sun sets from the east, and the meteors flow back to the stars. Time is going backwards to the beginning. All of a sudden, you feel like you're on the ocean. The great black fog rose over the darkened sea. The black mist pulls you down into it. Being in the depths of the ocean is like being among the stars in a blink of an eye. You fall into the ocean, then fall into the galaxy. The Shippus Theseus paradox is about whether you are still you after replacing all your materials. Now it is about returning all the material in your body in order to discover your origin. The matter of your body, as small as cells, gradually dissipates into particles and returns to its original state of being. After returning all the matter, all the materials, all the silver key gradually appeared in the deep sea. This carries your spirit, your ego, and all of your memories. The silver key flashes and sinks to the bottom of the deep sea, finally returning you to the place of strange familiarity. This is the dividing point between existence and non-existence. Black and white are independent of each other, maintaining an absolute balance. That's how it's always been. That's how it's supposed to be. And now the nothingness has been nibbled away. It's all mixed up. You see the warp timeline moving away from its proper trajectory and towards nothingness, which is splintered with each convergence. The debris clump together in a dim sphere. Feel a strong will locking you in, darkness assimilating you. The key breaks, the assimilation devours you. Briefly lose consciousness and hear Ta Will's voice talk. Don't be afraid of yourself. Gotta keep rolling. Doggy, you can always grow past your limits. Don't give up. What is it that I'm meant to do here? Doggy, an outside force can never defeat your inner mind. All right. Death is not the end of life. We gotta hit like below that threshold or what? That's 100. We have to hit below like 10? Darkness and emptiness are an integral part of life. Damn. Come on. Why? I don't want to use up my luck. In the darkness, the last sliver of light, and then you disappear. You have come to the endlessness. You think your consciousness becomes increasingly transparent. There is no end to the darkness ahead. Then you sense a familiar presence. It belongs to Tawel. It's not exactly the same, though. Like a door, like the end of everything, your consciousness becomes transparent. You finally saw them. They lift you up and make you whole once more. Your eyes are always on you, and you hear their words. Yogsloth, Starkey, you blame me for creating you? No. Although coming into this world has made me feel all kinds of pain, human beings are fragile to be affected by all kinds of desires, whether it's a family mission, a duty to others, or a concern to you in your heart. One forms a chain of invisible chains. However, sometimes the pain of these chains makes me warm and happy. It finally dawned on me that this is something called desire. I obtained a lot of memories. These are precious memories that I should hold on to. You like the world? Yes. I like the people of this world. They suffer together and share happiness. Even the smile of a stranger can make me feel warm, because these people made me feel connected to the world. It finally made me realize. Yes, in many ways I do. I certainly have many regrets. A lot of regrets even. Something I realized only after it was too late. Regret not being honest with those who I cared about in the end. The fact that it's no use saying it to them now, I suppose I feel guilty. I don't realize what I had until I lost it. Do you want to change the world, even if the sacrifice makes you cease to exist? It's not that I want to change the world like some grand fairy tale. Rather, I want to separate this twisted timeline to prevent further tragedy, both to those I shared a bond with, to thank my family for putting everything they had to seek happiness for me, for myself who had grown especially over these past 10 years, and finally has found a purpose I truly believe in, lastly for you, who has given me this chance. For this I am willing to bear the heaviest of fates. I see, Starkey. My awakening requires the great sacrifice, but I, who has infinite omnipotent power, am unable to sacrifice myself, so I must ask that you face this death instead of me. This death means separation from the self. All your past will be cut away and dismantled, and the timeline you once lived in will be purged of any trace you once had. I will reboot the original timeline, effectively restoring the distorted one. Speak my name, Starkey. I will awaken and prevent the world's downfall. The most powerful, most ancient, and prolonged life, Umrul Atatalwil. You managed to wake Talwil. At the first consciousness to awake in Yog Sloth, they succeed in taking control of the body. Yog Sloth is awakening. A Forgoman's consciousness was forced into a deep sleep in order to be unaffected by what remains of Aforgaman's influence. Yogg-Sothoth buried the alienated part of the ultimate gate. Calm has returned to the sunless sea, but the disordered assimilation continues. Chaos and entropy in the universe continue to grow slowly. At the beginning of time, white mist wraps itself over the sunless sea beneath. As it begins to part, you see the black, twisted timeline slowly unravel into a correct flow of history. January 15th, 1910, Arkham, an old castle clinging to the hills. In this castle, a group of family are holding a birthday dinner to celebrate a family member who had just turned 8. The crowd stood together, ready for the family photo. A grown man smiled brightly, while a beautiful and elegant woman held his arm. Sitting in the middle was a dignified old man who looked to have gone against his solemn nature today, because he is holding the hero of today's party, a smiling little girl with long, light blue eyes. Blue hair. The old man's white beard was being pulled by the girl in his arms. The woman scrambled to put an end to the girl's mischief. The little girl looked at the previously smiling man with an innocent expression, and the man made an exasperated face at the girl. It is just so happened to be caught on camera. Amy was busy sorting books in the library as usual. She still so timid and shy. While sorting through the books, the poster slipped off the table. She picked it up, and it was the Torska poster from the Opera Society today. For art, for love. The stars are resplendent tonight. Amy looked up from the poster, at the poster, and she seemed to momentarily gasp, looking confused yet pained. I wanted to say something, but in my end, my voice was no longer able to speak than the air itself. She crumbled to her knees as she experienced a sense of loss she didn't fully understand. Why am I crying? In the evening, Professor Carl and Professor Julie were working at their desks in the school office. Miss Julie sighed deeply after sorting through papers and complained to Carl, "Students these days are getting worse. They can't bear any hardship that come their way. If young people continue only to seek enjoyment, human beings will degenerate into monkeys within 100 years." Carl did not respond to Julie's complaint, instead saying optimistically, "This generation of young people is better than us, as they can at least pursue their own ideals. People who can't listen to themselves are simply living in a dream. Being aware of one's self-consciousness and developing their own unique personalities is a rather enviable prospect. Your nagging hasn't changed. Your nagging hasn't changed at all, old man. Aren't you eager to find the students who can continue your studies? Do you want to end up irresponsible and irrelevant? Or do you want to find what you have been looking for? Carl pulled out a bottle of whiskey, took a sip, and a bitter expression slowly formed on his face. Painful things cannot be avoided in life, only endured. In a place made from thousands of books and flickering candlelights were the only form of light, the blank pages constantly being written and erased. A young girl with long, light blue hair was leaning against a long table in the middle of the place, quietly watching a boy reading a book across from her. After a long time had passed, the boy turned to the last page of the book. At this moment, the girl spoke to this young man. So thought. This is the consequence of the past being restored. The people you once knew, will no longer have any connection with you, and will no longer belong to any decade. Do you regret it, Starkey? Upon hearing the girl's question, the boy began running his fingers over each page of the book once more. Finally, he looked to the girl and said, "No, I'm confident in my choice, Thothis. This was the best possible outcome." He slowly closed the book, concluding his journey to the beginning, of which an end wouldn't exist. What the hell? You chose to take your destiny into your own hands and sacrifice your connection to reality in order to empower Talwell to awaken as Yug Thoth. But to restore the timeline of the world you once walked upon. But this is only just the beginning. The distorted timeline still exists. The terrible things that have been sleeping for ages long past are awakening one by one. Terrible disasters are brewing in every space and time. And you confidently chose to meet your choice head-on for Yog-Sothoth to regain their power and stop the world's echoing with pain. A traveler who does not belong in any era has embarked on a journey that will never end. What the hell? So that's the roguelite portion, I'm guessing. Defeat the greedy. Time of truth. Control. Strange is out of control. Letter from mother to father. Highlight. Nothing fears. Storyline corrected. We got the doll. We got the father gun. We got the amulet. And we also got the cane. Those are all 4 items. That's wild. That is like the first. Is that the first? Go and tell Thoth about the situation at the Sunless Sea. Thoth, the spreading of the chaotic timeline in the Sunless Sea has been controlled, but is it really okay for me? Yogs, it's okay as long as it doesn't overly consume the power of space-time. I can still maintain the critical point for now. But to completely erase all anomalies, I'm not capable of that yet. Is there anything I can do to help you? You see, Thoth, with some hesitation after your words, the new space is still very fragile, and in order for the library to work, Starkey, I need you to travel through all the abnormal space and time to influence the history, to resolve anomaly, and then bring back a little bit of change back here. That would become power to fill the space and time. I understand. Abasaki, you are going to the chaotic change of time. You need to establish a connection with the people in that space and time to get involved. You will obtain the same identity and experience as them, and the suffering and pain will be imprinted in your heart. My power will protect you from actual death, but you will still face the pain of death. Don't worry, Sotha. I will go to all these places as soon as I could. I will go to all these places as soon as I can and help you reclaim your power. That is wild. That is the beginning of the... Oh my god. That was 2 hours. That was a 2-hour beginning to a roguelite ending. I fucked up here and there, but you know, that's still 2 fucking hours. Oh my gosh. Hey, there's somebody playing games. They got a computer too. A scene that doesn't fit in this place appeared on the right side of the library. A huge iron box with twinkling and changing light, and a strange theme that is constantly changing on the glass plate connected to the iron frame. A foregoman occupies this area unceremoniously with a strange handle with bottoms in both hands and a strange mess of objects lying around. The foregoman is a gamer. Sothoth, what is wrong with them? You rarely see Sothoth with a look of resignation as they put their hands between their eyebrows. You really woke up. After I really woke up, our alienated self fell asleep. The foregoman never wanted to merge with me. After weighing the pros and cons, I let them stay here. We have reached an agreement. They no longer interfere with space and time, and I can't interfere with their freedom either. But isn't this going to cause more trouble? As the end of time, a foregoman is the key to erasing the chaotic timeline. They have seen so much destruction that they have been tainted with a bad character. We were originally one in the beginning. Because of the difference in our power, our views become different. But they will surely persevere. Preserve the new world that we have created. Oh, okay. What is this? Like module, interlude, story, gate. Feel a sliver of strength being drained from your body, and the images of a past start to emerge in your mind. Oh, something's knocking on the floor. A sense of familiarity makes you feel as though you have returned to your travels through time and space, but the screen of the machine in front of you flickers to life. What on earth is this machine? As you approach, you see the screen displays a black vortex made up of countless grains of black sand. As you get closer, these grains of black sand come to life, shaping themselves into various people. These are people you have seen before. How unexpected. I never thought that you'd be able to activate this machine. The foregoman's gaze shifts to Sothoth, who is sitting in front of the desk. Sothoth merely lifts his head slightly, offering a smile, diving back into a sea of books. What is Tawel thinking? Ah, your foolish expression tells me you don't understand its purpose yet. Ah, I indeed do not understand its purpose. You have released all the imprisoned consciousnesses. Why then is this temporal sand still preserved? I am under no obligation to answer your question. You might want to think about it yourself. Tawel managed to project identical individuals. Why would they bother to restart time and space? Isn't it to deal with the arrival of the end, unable to reach the consensus to change the outcome of the future? Sothoth could only deal with the end of the future by restarting time and space. Your thought is so naive it makes me laugh. Perhaps you've been too deeply influenced by mortal thinking. let's put it this way. Even at Tawil's weakest, Tawil has the power to project new timelines. Though they just don't approve of this method, saying individuals created through duplication only retain all the information of the previous individual. Individuals without continuity, their true selves have already been destroyed. I don't need any damn true self. I just need enough data to help me regain my strength. Since you've activated this part of the temporal sand, I will gift it to you. Afterwards, before Gomen cast a displeased glance towards Sothlas, saying, Tawil, you should understand, you can't always control everything. What the fuck is this world? Choose time to travel, enter tutorial. There's a gate going somewhere. Interact, view developers. Good on the developers, this game is hardly understandable in a way that is interesting. It's not being hard to understand by virtue of wanting to be cool and interesting. It is in fact being so just odd. It is so weird, basically. It is hella weird, I'll be honest. It took 2 hours. Okay, well,